a lot of their throwing game is what the quarterback sees at the line of scrimmage is just taking something down, whether it be bubble screen or funnel screen, which is the guy coming inside, or what we call nows, they're just throwing the ball to an uncovered wideout, because so much of the attention's on the read of the quarterback and the back, especially when you've got a back of the caliber of Michael James. You have so much attention in there, and so they just throw the ball out to gifted guys that now make somebody miss, and it's a 6-7 yard game. And you can do that, but they're patient enough to keep taking that if you let them. And obviously, those are throws in the statistic book, and you're not going to get pressure on the quarterback in those situations. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what the numbers are when you're just looking at third down and maybe more than 6. I don't have those for you, but I bet they'd come around back into form. But give credit where credit's due. They've done an unbelievable job of building an offense and recruiting to it and being explosive.
So when they run the now route, do you like to press that? Do you like to cushion?
Well, if you press it, they're not throwing it. I mean, it's a look deal. They're not. If you line up and press that guy, they're not throwing it. Now you may have taken it away, but what have you done with respect to that corner being in the run fit and all that kind of stuff? So it's a cat and mouse game that you're constantly playing.
Rick, between Kevin's health and his inaccuracy, has Norm/you had to change the play calling? Have you had to alter how you go downfield or how you even call the simple pass just because of his inabilities this season so far?
No. I mean, we've got to get proficient, okay? Whether it's Kevin or Richard, it doesn't matter. We've got to get proficient. And certainly both Norm and I have been around proficient pass offense in the past. We know how to coach it, we know how to teach it, and we're going to get where we need to go. We need consistent footwork by everybody involved, and we need consistent protection. And that's what it comes down to. But we can't forget what our calling card is, which is being physical at the line of scrimmage and being able to run the football. That's what's helped us win the 3 games that we won. And while the pass game is important, if we can control the line of scrimmage and we can control the clock, we've proven to be pretty successful against good teams.
You talked about earlier games getting out of hand. Is that a direct correlation with just not being able to run the ball early? The 3 games that you've lost, you're 7 of 37 and third down conversion, all that. Is that all stem from just not being able to get that established early?
Well, there's a couple of things that it stems from. And when you lump a bunch of statistics together, you can draw your own conclusions. But if we just look at the first 2 series of the Cal game, you had 2 holding calls in the opening series. The opening run was a 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5. Everybody would be excited about it, except that there was a hold. And now you've got 1st and 20. Mm-hmm. And then that led to a drive that sputtered with another holding call, although declined. The next drive, we got on the 8-yard line, we've got another 6-yard gain and fumbled. Now it's 14-0. So to be the offense we want to be, we can't have holding calls. We can't turn the ball over. That's nothing, out of the ordinary. Every coach in the country would tell you that. But that's when we're going to be who we are, then we have to keep those things from happening. And in games where we have kept it from happening, and our defense has had, a good day, we're a good team. And that's what we have to try to do 6 more times as we go through the second half of the season.
Well, Coach, when you talk about stuff like footwork and stuff like just trying to get the passing game right and all those terms, how much of that is a product of, and going back one more time to the time that he missed, did Kevin regress fundamentally to the point now where you're almost reteaching him things that he has to kind of get right again? Or is he just not connecting?
We are looking at all of that, John. The answer is yes to all of that. I mean, in terms of regressing, I don't know that that's fair. I know that he has to get back to being at full speed. And for him to be the effective quarterback that he was when he had 3 straight games of over 300 yards passing. And, we've got to keep working until we get there.
When you talk about full speed, does that mean health? What do you mean,
full
just
speed health and, fundamentals and all that stuff. But it all plays into itself. If the body's not answering, the call, then it's difficult. Plus, you got to add protection to it. You got to give them time to make those kind of decisions. But this is not all Kevin Prince's fault.
Yeah.
I don't want any article to read that. Kevin Prince is a warrior. He's a tough kid, and he's worked his tail off to help UCLA football. This is about being sharp and doing the things that good teams do, which is don't turn the ball over, don't commit penalties, give yourselves manageable third downs, and then being able to efficiently handle those third downs and keep the ball going down the field. It's a simple deal. I mean, defenses make it hard, but the axiom isn't hard, the formula isn't hard to understand.
Kind of talking along the lines of that, how maybe it's not his fault. Last year he had Terrence Austin and Logan Paulson, kind of senior guys who he could go to at times for maybe the easy catch, if you want to call anything an easy catch. Corey Harkey's had some drop issues, and he doesn't seem to have that reliable go-to guy this year. Has that hurt him, not having a dink and dunk guy who you can get 5 yards to?
I mean, certainly. Logan and Terrence were good players for us, no question about it. They're both in the NFL right now. Corey is a good player, and Corey's got to be more dependable, more consistent catching the ball. Nelson Rosario was not available for the Cal game. We missed him. So, I mean, all that adds up to making it more difficult. But no excuse. We got to go play, and got to go play better.
What do you attribute to the drops and some of the routes that weren't quite, like the interception of Cal? Norm said, Kevin should have thrown it, but also the route was wrong. I mean, what do you? The pick at Cal was it fourth quarter?
Randall Carroll.
Randall Carroll.
Hitched and
Yeah.
and he threw it short.
Randall Carroll's route was wrong.
As Norm said, yeah.
Yeah, I have to talk to Norm about it.
But there's been routes that aren't right, and there's been a lot of drops. Is that a synchronization issue too, or not a lack of?
I think it's all part of the same thing, where everybody has to be on the same page. Everybody has to be doing things correctly, and that's what our job as coaches, to make sure that they're doing that. And it's important that we continue to stress it and make sure that we show improvement.
Rick, how tough are the ebbs and flows for you personally, as the head coach?
Part of the job, but hey, I get to play the #1 team in the country this week. Who else gets to do that? There's only one team in the country that gets that opportunity. We get to go up to a great environment in Eugene, Oregon, and take our team out there on the road. Well, I think we'd be the first team this year, if we could find a way to get it done, to have knocked off 2 top 10 teams on the road. And we're going to take our swings and going to enjoy every minute of it.
Isn't whoever's playing Oklahoma, they're playing the #1 team in the nation too?
All I know is what I read. They said that they're the #1 team in the country.
Or whoever the BCS.
Oh. Everybody good?
Yeah.